What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we are consolidating a little bit. I'm going to be talking on why we are down as much as we are, go over some updated data points very relevant to a lot of investors, tie it all together with some technical analysis at the end. But welcome to the Russell 3000. Just want to say that because today is the very first day of us being a part of that index. I'm going to be talking about what that means for us as investors. But before I get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. If you do like my channel and support the growth, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. And this massive promo I consistently always let you guys know about, make sure you guys are clicking this and taking advantage of this, because a lot of people have been actually telling me they're receiving Lucid stock a part of this. So click on the link in the description below, sign up, just deposit only $1, you get 6 free stocks. It is a crazy deal, only until June the 30th. With that though, let's get right to it. So you can see roughly down 1%, 7.7 million for volume, 26.8 million is the average, so that is the 6-month average, and 367,000 shares being purchased by institutions and hedge funds just today alone on the block volume, and that is the secondary market. So in the end though, the institutional purchasing right now is a little bit lower than what we're used to, but that's largely attributed because of this. A lot of institutions were getting in because of it being added to the Russell 3000, and not only that though, this technicals, those were 2 points why we rallied as much as we are. But when it comes down to it though, I think that we are down today consolidating merely because of this same point, the technicals. Technicals went up very fast. Still, there's a lot of bullish signs to the technicals. I'm going to do a little bit more in-depth analysis at the end. But not only that though, oddly enough, I know it's not necessarily directly associated, but indirectly it is, and Polestar. So in case you guys don't know, the reverse merger kicked in today. As far as Polestar being traded, I believe the ticker is PSNY. But unfortunately, similarly what happened with Rivian during their IPO, it did do a lot of damage to the EV market. Kind of saw it as a little bit more of a pump and dump per se, because that's what, unfortunately, when Rivian came out during their IPO, a lot of people attributed it to that. Similarly, when it comes down to Polestar, so much FOMO kicking in because there's so much anticipation to it, that when that anticipation is kind of seen in a negative light, it does damage a lot of other EVs. So this is, in my opinion, why we are going down today. But today was a very important day because we were going to have the 5th consecutive green day, and we haven't had that since we're roughly around the $45 to $50 range. So this was a very big day. Hopefully we turn it around, because like I have always said, Lucid does what it wants when it wants. So hopefully that might be very much positive, a nice way to end on a Friday. But overall though, when it comes down to Lucid though, it has been getting a lot of good PR from the Goodwood, the festival, because in the end though, as much as you and I really know Lucid, we know exactly what it does on a daily basis, what it's all about, there's still a lot of people out there that don't even know what a Lucid looks like or anything about that. So having the opportunity for the Air Grand Touring Performance to actually showcase its vehicle and what it can do and what Lucid actually means and what it is, I think it's an amazing opportunity that we were able to do that. So this is another win-win for Lucid. So this is definitely getting a lot of good PR, and this is why we've also been outperforming even Tesla this week. A lot of positive things. Just want to talk on this as well. A lot of institutions have been really backing up the bus lately, largely because, like I already mentioned, Russell 3000 and also the technicals. So you can see today, this is all from the dark pool. Dark pool is a exchange designated for institutions to trade amongst each other to avoid any massive volatility on the secondary market. So secondary market is what you and I trade on. So you can see today, within the first 1 hour of the trading day, 3 big orders today: 746, 414, and 339,000. So fairly substantial. Even yesterday, the day before, a lot of institutions have been really backing up the bus over the last several weeks. Again, keeping in line with how institutions see it as a massive undervalued stock. That's my own 2 cents. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own due diligence at the end of the day. But this is why I find it very interesting. A lot of institutions consistently shout that there is a massive recession coming, blah, 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 but yet at the same time, they are buying the dip big time. Not necessarily just always on Lucid. There is a lot of other growth stocks out there that they are doing the exact same thing on. So I find that personally a little bit more weird, if you ask me. But JP Morgan clearly has been changing their investing style, been willing to take on a lot more risk recently, and it does look like they are citing that the tail end of 2022, they see a massive reversal in the stock market where a lot of stocks get to new record highs. So that is very optimistic if you ask me, especially considering as well JP Morgan recently switched their investing style away from real estate and to cryptocurrency, which, if you ask me, is a little bit more crazy. That is a substantial change in risk, but again, whatever, they can do whatever they want. But also, there's one thing I want to bring up, because every time I talk about events, economic events, I've always said that consumers are really doing a lot of good jobs. They're keeping their employment, they're out there spending a lot of money, kind of keeping the economy propped up. And there was a payroll firm that does suggest the exact same thing, that the US job market is strengthening because of that. So because of the data. So I see that as a very positive thing, if you ask me. So again, another kind of a step back from the recession talks. Let me know as well your thoughts on that, because especially what has been floating around now, that the next Fed meeting, they could actually even have a 1% rate hike. That would be pretty substantial and damaging to the economy. That's if you ask me. But looking here, so technicals. Technicals have been very interesting lately. Right now, we did get over that 50-day moving average, which was a very big hurdle, and we did attempt that 2 consecutive days. Third day, we did break out of it completely, consolidating a little bit. So I think today is a little bit more natural and very healthy for the stock to consolidate, because nothing just goes up. Obviously, you need to consolidate. People take profits at various stages. Looking as well on the stochastic, you can see that there is a deviation. So black line above the red showing a nice bullish trend. Momentum, again, despite everything, number of buyers has been going up consistently, which again is very positive. And actually right now we are exactly at 0. And looking at RSI is neutral-ish at 53. And on the actual chart, we are officially in the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band. And as long as we can stay above that, which is $18.42, still will continue the bullish trend. So hopefully we do that. Obviously there's a lot more fear out in the market still, talking about the Fed meeting, CPI data. There's constant amount of fear talking about that, but in reality, sometimes just need to take a step back, and those are the best times you need to buy, especially if you do have a 5 to 10 year time horizon on Lucid. All this short-term stuff is just noise, if you ask me. Sometimes a lot of people just get caught up too much in the noise, and even if you do think short-term, this is why I bring up a lot of the purchasing by institutions, because I find it always interesting to see that the same institutions that are screaming recession or screaming fear, they are buying the dips. And this is unfortunately one way that they always do manipulate the market, and how retail investors just get suckered into that. Make sure you do your own due diligence. If you like Lucid because of X, Y, and Z or whatever it is, as long as they don't change X, Y, and Z, then do not listen to any external thing. Who cares if there is going to be a massive recession? As long as Lucid does not change why you decided to buy in, then at the end of the day, that is exactly what the definition of investing is. Trust your gut, because Lucid is going to do a lot of good things in the future. I think we all know that, especially considering right now the only negative to that and about them is their production, which shows that they are increasing significantly. But still, in the end though, for them being a new company and to only have that as an issue, it's not bad if you ask me. But with all that though, let me know your thoughts on Lucid in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. And with that though, I appreciate you guys watching. All have an amazing weekend and make a lot of money on Lucid.